In communication, it is said that it is not what you have said, it is whether who you have said it to have gotten you. If you haven't gotten you, then you haven't said anything.
What is your strategic narrative? What is making you different from everybody there?
How do you know what is the right storytelling strategy to use when you are in B2B or tech marketing?
This is depending on how you do what you're doing, what kind of marketing you're doing. If you're doing, for those that are in B2B sales, if you are doing account-based marketing, you know that you're going to go one-on-one. So you're going to tailor this one-on-one. Demand generation, obviously, you need to tailor the stories to the target segment. Tech, you tailor your stories for tech, and if you're going manufacturing, you tailor your stories for manufacturing. Account-based, then you know you're going to tailor your stories according to the account. So when you start layering these different aspects into your marketing, those different type of doing storytelling, you have a straight path of shooting an arrow and hitting that target and signing those deals. Belief creates the actions that they do that creates the problem, right? It has to be a story, it has to have a beginning, it has to make them feel the emotion. Start with your strategic narrative, it's always there.
I'm having a question for Tanya. So the question is, how do you know what is the right storytelling strategy to use when you are in B2B or tech marketing? Of course, you could say something about that. Please go ahead.
Thanks for this question. This is actually a great question because this is me day in and day out since I primarily work in B2B and specifically with tech-enabled companies as well. Some older generation industries, and it's something I even wanted to add because I work a lot in the financial sector, and anybody that has worked in this industry, whether it is manufacturing, any of the older industries, will know that these industries are the most resistant to change. And most of the time, the reason being, and I'll give you a story here. Let's say Anna is chief security officer for a company, let's say for a bank, right? So she's a chief security officer for this bank, and now Anna, in the new spat of all these all the things that is happening in the labor market, her husband lost her job. So now Anna is she's the only breadwinner in the house. Now Amy approaches Anna and tells Anna, hey, I have this new software, right? Let's say now Amy approaches Anna and tells Anna, I have this new software. The software is going to help protect your information. You know, you're a bank, you're hitting this bank, and maybe you're gonna have some ransomware. This is going to help you with your security. It's got all these features and everything. That's good. Anna listens. Anna is like, cool, this is great. But now Anna is hesitant to do this because now Amy is the new kid in the block. It's this new tech startup and it's coming swinging. But now, if she hires Amy and Amy messes up, what happens? Anna loses her job, and back home she's the only breadwinner left. These are the things that happen in B2B, and nobody ever got fired for going with the category leader. So how do you change that? So when I'm talking about the strategic storytelling, for those that are not new in the room, you will know there are different types of stories that you need to layer into your marketing to lead to the money. So you start with your strategic narrative. It's always there. Start why Amy? Why is it that I should go with you? What is your strategic narrative? What is making you different from everybody there, right? Now, your origin story. Why is it that you started this company? Because now this is where you are going human to human. and connecting with Anna that, hey, I'm a human too. So let's say, for example, and this is depending on how you do what you're doing, what kind of marketing you're doing. If you're doing, for those that are in B2B sales, if you are doing account-based marketing, you know that you're going to go one-on-one. So you're going to tailor this one-on-one. If you're doing demand generation, obviously you need to tailor the stories to the target segment. So there's demand generation, and in our agency there's something that we call targeted demand generation. So you divide your marketing into different segments. So if you know that you are going tech, you tailor your stories for tech, and if you're going manufacturing, you tailor your stories for manufacturing, but you're targeting at a wider spectrum. However, if you're going account based, then you know you're going to tailor your stories according to the account. So if, let's say, you are going after bank, I'm going to assume you're going to do account-based marketing because those are big accounts. It's probably $1 million account. So you're going to figure out, okay, Anna comes from Nigeria. Anna maybe grew up in Lagos. You do a little bit of research. Now you are going to become an FBI, right? When you're doing marketing, you're going to do a little bit of digging. Now tailor your story. So what are the stories that I'm going to use to connect with Anna that is going to make her feel that, hey, I'm a human, I get her, I understand her background. Now, if you know that Anna grew up in Nigeria, you know that people that grew up in Africa, most of us that grew up in Africa, we don't like waste. We don't like throwing money away. We work hard. A lot of us have a mentality of brute force. I'm gonna open this door with brute force, whether you like it or not. Okay, you say I can't enter this door, so I'm gonna come through the window. So the same mentality that if you're watching AFCON, you saw how Ivory Coast has come back into the game through the window and stayed in the game. That's the mentality of so the door is not open, I'll come through the window. I'm going to break and get this opportunity. So you need to understand, okay, this is the psychographic traits of Anna. So this is the behavior she's going to exhibit, and these are the underlying beliefs. So when you're analyzing the underlying belief, you need to analyze the underlying belief that she has subconsciously herself because of how she was raised. Then you need to analyze the underlying belief that she has because of the industries that she is operating in. Now, when you use those things, then you start tailoring your stories, your narrative, your origin story. So your origin story, you're going to try to connect with the subconscious Anna of how she was raised and how she grew up. Then you start having your customer stories, which is your case studies. You want to have that. And it's not about like putting your case studies into the whole segment of this is what we do. Oh, Annie's wonderful. No, you want to layer your case studies inside your articles, inside your story. It has to be a story. It has to have a beginning. It has to make them feel the emotion. Now, through the stories for your customers, the customer stories, the hero stories that you're going to use, that's where you want to layer in the subconscious belief of the industry that Anna leads. I better hope y'all be taking notes here, right? So you layer the subconscious beliefs that Anna has for an industry. So that's where you layer those subconscious beliefs. Now, once we have that done, now you have your conversion stories. Your conversion stories are, you can use the customer, you can use your own story about how much the changes has changed other people's businesses. And what that could mean. What happens when you start layering these different types of stories, and we do teach them, we do workshop them with clients when they become our clients, this 5 sets of stories, we workshop it when we work with clients. When you start layering that, you build trust. And once not only do you build trust, you shift belief. Because here's the thing, belief creates the actions that they do that creates the problem, right? So until they don't believe that they need to change something in the business, you can pitch, undersell, give a 50% discount, they will not take you up on it. So when you start layering these different aspects into your marketing, those different type of doing storytelling, you have a straight path at the Robin Hood level type of shooting an arrow and hitting that target and signing those deals.
That is powerful. Thank you so much. I just decide to give it some moment of reflection that it can really land there. Thank you so much for that. That is a powerful explanation. No? I love that. All right, before I pass the mic to the next speaker, I want to thank all of you that are in the audience. I'm telling you that we are not taking you for granted. We love you. We love the idea that you have decided to share this time with us. Because of course, there are really good nuggets that are coming out from this room. But of course, it would not make much sense if there are no people that are here. Like you heard, many of us have repeated till this time. It is important to pay attention to the listener. In communication, it is said that it is not what you have said. It is whether who you have said it to have gotten you. If you haven't gotten you, then you haven't said anything. So we are here talking to you. We believe that our service is to help you improve in what you are doing, irrespective of which level you are. So thank you, all of you.